Hi everyone and welcome to the second SmartINNO workshop in this road to know what the technical textiles can do for us. So, we're going to wait a couple of minutes before kicking off with that second round as we hope a few more attendees. And then I will hand over to Katja that she's going to moderate and all that. I'll ask everyone, please, if you can disconnect. Someone has connected an AI tool. Please disconnect it because we do not allow AI tools. So because I've seen now the AI tool coming, otherwise I'll have to remove it myself. So I'm going to remove it right now because they are not allowed. Just for you to be aware. And well, it looks like not many people is coming. So maybe, Katja, we can start. So welcome all to that second round. And of course, as I mentioned before, we do not allow AI tools on this webinar. So please do not connect them. Otherwise, of course, we will disconnect them automatically. Saying that, welcome to the second SmartINNO. And now I hand over to Katja that she's going to do a brief presentation. And then, of course, we have a keynote speaker, Luminita, that she will continue with the webinar. So, Katja, floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Judith. Welcome, everyone, for joining today on the second online webinar about the SmartINNO project that we are holding together with the Textile ETP and SmartTex network. I will share with you a very fast presentation just about the project itself. Just give me a second, please. And now you should be seeing the presentation. Can please someone let me know if everything works well?
It's charging, Katja, at the moment. So I'll let you know once it doesn't look like a blank page. Yes, it's loading. Okay.
Now it is?
No, it is loading still. Okay. Now it is.
Okay, perfect.
Now I see it. Yes.
Good.
So you can put presentation mode, Katja, because we see like your, let's say,
the
your
sidebar.
slide. Yes, the PowerPoint. Actually, we're seeing the PowerPoint.
You're seeing the part. This is very strange because here on my side it is the presentation mode.
Maybe you have to change the screens. I don't know.
Is it better now?
No, it's the same. Okay, now I see that you can now click in the presentation mode.
Yes, and it should work.
No, I still see the same. Now, perfect.
Now it is, yeah.
Now it is, yes.
It works. So welcome, everyone. We are here for the SmartINNO project, which is focusing on skills for smart textiles. More in detail, it is about the identification of required skills in the smart textile industry and the development of online training content in 2 levels. As mentioned before, we are 3 partners enrolled in this 1-year-long project, which is funded under the Erasmus Plus program. And we are promoting the knowledge transfer between smart textile companies towards educational institutions that are somehow trying or they are already incorporating the smart textile subject into their curriculums. What we are doing throughout the project is we have identified via online surveys what are the main skill gaps and knowledge gaps that smart textile companies noticed when employing young people. And on the other side, we have also identified the gaps that educational institutions pointed out, which means what are the subjects and the topics that they would like to have in their educational program, but they are still not able to implement them. So after we did this gap analysis, we identified what are the most important skills identified by companies, and they have to do with Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and sensor integration. And of course, also the general knowledge of smart textiles and what is becoming the more and more important topic, of course, the environmental sustainability, which is related to smart textiles. On the other hand, they also identified what they expect that the future needs and skills will be in the sector, which is the interdisciplinarity of the knowledge, which means connecting knowledge from different areas. Of course, the technical expertise, they expect individuals to be flexible and adaptable to new situations and open for collaboration and also understanding what the user-centered design is. On the other hand, it was interestingly to observe what educational institutions over Europe pointed out that they wish to have in their programs, which is, again, interdisciplinary connections between different areas, design and prototyping of smart textiles, advanced knowledge, meaning Internet of Things and sensor integration, of course, also business strategies and marketing, which was quite surprisingly, and again, the sustainability related to smart textiles. So in the SmartINNO project, we are developing educational materials that are going to be developed into levels, addressing the basic and the advanced level. Basic means people or individuals who are yet to know the field, and advanced being targeted to people that already have some basic knowledge on which they want to build. And during this 1 year, we are now on the second online webinar, and the third one is going to be held in April. And also during this 1 year, we prepared 2 live events. One already happened, right, Judith? Not so long ago. It was Speed Dates for Work Opportunities, which was held in Belgium and connected students from University of Ghent with different smart textile companies. And of course, the final event, which we will be holding probably in June this year, it's going to be the final dissemination event held in Germany. So this is it from my side about the SmartINNO project. And of course, as we are today speaking about smart textiles in action, I wish to share with you another presentation. So today's focus is on smart textiles in action. And of course, I assume we are quite familiar with different smart textile companies, but we wanted to introduce you another aspect, how smart textile and smart textile topics can be brought to life. And this can be done via different initiatives, one of them being projects. And I wish today to briefly introduce you to the AddTex project, which is advancing industrial, digital, and green innovation in the advanced textile industry to innovation in learning and training. This project is actually, it will end this year in June, but it had a duration of 36 months, and it connected 12 partners from 10 different European countries. It was, of course, founded under the Erasmus Plus program, but the main topic of the project was to focus on the advanced textile materials and smart materials. As you may know, the advanced textile materials or the technical materials, they are defined rather by their technical performance than their aesthetics, and they make a big part of this high-end value chain in the textile industry in Europe. But of course, as you may know, this industry is highly fragmented, with SMEs that are specializing in different very narrow fields, using very specific technologies. So, okay, let me move forward. Yeah, the general objective of the project was to somehow, it skipped, yeah, to somehow try to navigate this training and knowledge transfer from these companies towards educational institutions and vice versa, by supporting the digital and green transitions in this European field of SMEs enrolled in the industry. So the question being, what exactly are those advanced textile materials? They usually meet very high technical and other regulatory standards. This can be mechanical or chemical or thermal performance. They adapt to specific functions, and they work in different environments, mainly very harsh ones. And they are, of course, they can serve both the traditional way that we know for clothing and household items, and of course also the specialized markets, as for example construction or the personal protective equipment. And as many other industries, the textile one is also still facing the challenges, mostly the ones dealing with digitalization and green innovations. And throughout this 36 long initiative, there were 5 different objectives. So first one was to analyze what are the needs and the problems in the sector after the COVID crisis ended, because we know that a lot of companies faced major challenges during this time. The second one was to create these customized training programs for different target groups, which I will share with you a bit later. The third one was to encourage this knowledge and skills transfer. The fourth one was to develop textile hubs, which work as catalysts between companies and universities, and are inspired and led by textile clusters all around Europe. And the last one was to exploit all those project results and share it with a wider community. Yeah, the target groups are mainly 4. The first are, of course, the vocational and higher educational teachers and learners and students. The second one are textile companies, then are textile clusters, and of course the general public. So in the 2022, we were preparing this gap analysis, which then led towards the development of training education and educational materials in 2023. And in 2024, we have conducted quite a few different hackathons, and of course also the summer school, which was 1 week-long training program held in Prato, connecting students from all around Europe and connecting them with smart textile companies. And right now we are in 2025, which is the year dedicated to build hubs and exploit the results. To move forward, what we've done is creating a MOOC, which is a massive open online course, which I will be presenting shortly. This MOOC was piloted towards different target groups, and right now we are in the hubs era, which is the exploitation of all the potentials that the clusters hold as in working as catalysts towards the outside world. Thank you. I wish now to move my screen so I can invite you to explore with me the developed website. And once again, Judith or someone else, I will ask you to let me know if you can see my screen.
We can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. So I will be short. This is the website that we've created with partners in the AddTex project. I'm, of course, inviting you to explore it because here you have all about partnerships and the connected initiatives. More importantly, if I move to resources, okay. Yes. If someone is interested in different national reports regarding specific countries, you are, of course, invited to download them, to read through them. And if I move toward courses, as mentioned before in my presentation, we have developed educational programs for different target groups. Those are being technicians and graduates, engineers and professionals, and managers and mentors. And you can enroll in any of it, regardless of your, if you fit under technician or under manager. You enroll and you have 3 different topics that are run in parallel, which means content on smart transition, content on digital transition, and content on green transition. Each of those courses, each of these titles have 7 lessons or 6 or 8, depends, and is equipped with quizzes. And also what you can track is how many people already enrolled in the program which you're interested in. After the end of the program, you also receive a certificate of completing the program. So yes, I invite you to take part in this. It's interesting. You have people, the lecturers coming from all over Europe, from different institutions. It's easy to navigate. Once you click on the topic you wish to explore more, you have everything very nicely organized. You have the curriculum vitae from the instructors that are providing the lesson. And of course, you can go and simply download all the materials that you wish. Everything is free of charge. It is open to use for anyone who wishes to do so. So thank you all for listening. And I would like to now give my word to Luminita Ciobanu, coming from Iași University. Luminita, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So I would like to give my word to you, Luminita.
So hello, everybody. My name is Luminita Ciobanu. I'm an associate professor at Gheorghe Asachi Technical University of Iași in Romania. And I will discuss with you about a project an Erasmus project we just finished in 2024. It was called Hacktex. And my presentation is entitled A New Approach to Virtual Learning of Smart Textile, the Hacktex Methodology. What we will try to discuss here is to present what we wanted to do, what was the scope of the project, what we did inside this project, and what the results are, what we think that is valuable and it's well suited for application. I will do a very short presentation of the current situation in the smart textile sector. We will present the training model developed by the Hacktex project. We will discuss a little bit our virtual training materials. And then we will discuss the sustainability and replication level and possibilities for the Hacktex models. And I will start with a short presentation of the sector. It is very difficult to make a presentation of a sector this huge in knowledge in one slide, but I will try to just sketch out some main idea. The first being that functional textiles, including smart textiles, are about multidisciplinarity. We are bringing together not only textile science, but also chemistry, IT, mechanics, and so on. So this is not an approach that is very simple. It requires a lot of understanding and a lot of communication between domains of knowledge. We are talking about continuous innovation. I don't think there is someone who read an article or even a blog or something and didn't recognize the level of innovation that this sector has. The problem is that this research and innovation, this huge amount of research and innovation, rarely makes the transition toward market. And this is one problem that this industry sector has, and it has some objective causes, but also some subjective causes. We are talking about dedicated markets that are mostly niche markets. So the need to make the transition towards the main markets, it's very strong. It's not solved yet, but that's opportunity for research and development. Different market reports place the value of the smart textile global market at 2.1 between 2.1 and 3.25 billion US dollars. That's 2021, with a growth rate estimated between 12.5 to 30%, depending on the company doing the report. But this shows a very strong appetite for growth. And this means that the market is interested, it has the potential to grow, it has reached a certain maturity, and it needs to go further. Hacktex Innovative Smart Textile and Entrepreneurship Erasmus project was developed under the Cooperation, Partnership and Higher Education section. It included 8 partners, with 2 Iași from Romania, 2 partners from Greece, that's UNIWA, University of West Attica, and Cresidev, a non-profit governmental organization. It included the University of Boras, the School of Textiles. It included the Polytechnic Institute of Catalonia, and also a Spanish cluster, IAE, Textiles, and one institution for education in Italy, Rome, Chiappe, and of course, Titera from Slovenia. Now, our main objective was to create tools, and this is an objective that a lot of projects have because situation is fluent and it can bring any type of approach will bring advantages and will reflect maybe a different situation within the European Union, because not all countries are the same, have the same industry, have the same position. So we wanted to create the tools necessary for skills enhancement. We discussed higher education. We wanted our students to acquire transdisciplinary skills. We wanted to foster student cooperation. We wanted to provide knowledge, skills, and competencies, and to provide and to apply good practices and promote good practices, which would lead to better specialists and will tighten the cooperation between the universities and the sector of advanced technical smart textiles. So basically, we're talking about blended educational tools. We have the technical aspect of smart textiles and entrepreneurship, focusing on smart textiles, which were training materials on these 2 main topics. And we had developed a handbook of good educational practices, promoting what our project did well and where there is room for improvement. This is a model for our project, which basically is started with need analysis in the sector. We asked the academic environment, researchers and students and people from the sector, what they think, what should be done. We obtained a set of skills, technical skills, entrepreneurial skills, other transversal skills, and we started to develop the training materials. And then we were able to verify them in an intensive on-site training course. And from here, the real academic challenges will start, because this project has to be multiplied, replicated. Now, the virtual training materials for smart textiles were in MOOC format. We divided the materials in 5 units. One was a general introduction. We discussed raw materials. We discussed technologies, standardization, and sustainability. The 2 units are very important, because standardization in smart textiles is still developing. So not only developing, it requires standards from different domains. So students getting to understand how important is to verify, check, and maintain the manufacture of smart textile in certain limits. Should be governed by standardization, and what to do with these standards. This is an example of a lesson. We prepared the lesson in PDF format, so it can be used, read. We prepared lessons in video format for people who want to understand, to make a general idea about it. The lectures are about 10 minutes each, and they are structured from simple to complex, with a lot of information and further references. So for people who really want to understand better the subject, they have more information where to go to read and learn about. I will not play the movie. It's there. You can go to the Hacktex site. It's www.hacktex.eu. As in all European projects, it's open access, no fees, no cost, just to use it. The virtual guide on entrepreneurship is based on 4 units of knowledge. One is an introduction to the smart textile market, from ideas to opportunity, developing a business model, and important issues for entrepreneurship. We focused on, it was very important to us to make the connection between what is a general entrepreneurial information and how it can be applied and used in the sector of smart textile. For this, we made an extra step, and we created a Hacktex database with companies already producing smart textiles, because on one hand it shows it can be done. It's a motivational approach. Students can learn that it exists. These companies are not fictional, and then the ideas are not fictional. It has market potential. And then we created and we wanted to show that it can be done on a certain business model. So we are trying to show the students how to develop a business, starting with their ideas and innovation in technical and smart textiles. This is a screen capture of such a example of a company from Germany that is producing smart textiles. And then we created a guide for entrepreneurship that is a map that takes the student in and puts together all the information, creating a path starting from an idea and reaching a solid, realistic business model. So the student can take this material, go to the units I have described, and then learn more and see what can be done, what he needs or she needs to read on more, and so on. We had the validation of our model. It was a boot camp, we called it, an intensive course organized in November 2023 in Sweden by the University of Borås. 24 students from 4 partner universities and 8 professors attended this event. We had 1 day for raw materials, 1 day for technologies, 1 day for sustainable design, and 1 day was the hackathon for business model. The idea was that students were divided into groups that brought together students from different countries, different universities. And starting with day 1, they developed parts, technical aspects of one idea. So in the end, this idea for products could be transferred to a business model. And I have to say that we started, how to put it, our students were a little bit evasive, a little bit afraid what will happen, and in the end they didn't want to leave. So it was, in our opinion, it was a real success. My students, the students from Romania, were very happy they came there. I understand that the same feedback was from our colleagues. So I think that this type of work together, hands-on, project-based approach is very, very successful. So what we are trying to do in Iași is replicate and use the existing Hacktex model. We are taking advantage of the fact that we have a specialization that brings together management, entrepreneurship, and engineering. So our students that are going to these courses take 50% classes on engineering and 50% classes on management and entrepreneurship. So we are trying to use the existing training materials on technical and entrepreneurial topics, but we want to use it on a common ground. So we have 2 lectures. My lecture is Functional Textiles. It discusses the technical aspects of functional textiles. And my colleague has a lecture called E-Business, where she discusses, among others, how to apply business models. And we have a common project that plans a business model for functional textiles that are defined in my project, in my part of the project, where students work at my laboratory, in our functional textiles laboratories, and then we go and create this business model. So what we learned from we already have 1 year that we have done this. Last year we did this common project. What we learned was that their business models were becoming a little bit more realistic. So we are trying to make them understand that technical issues are very important. We are trying to stimulate the entrepreneurial potential for the textiles sector, because a lot of very small companies have a lot of difficulties. There are not many in Romania, so we want to show them that they can plan and do such a enterprise, build their own business, and they can create high added value and have success. So we are trying to contribute to this. So in conclusions, what we wanted was to create training materials that use the latest blending techniques and models, and they are more adapted to the young people. We want to answer to the needs of the sector, which are not stable, are not the same continuously. So basically, in 1 or 2 years, we should ask again, what do they need? What do they want? Things are changing at a very rapid pace. We implemented this virtual training models with training materials. They are available open access without problem for everyone who wants to check them. And then we tested them in the intensive course. This intensive course gave us the idea that we can use these materials and this approach, technology and entrepreneurship, and go into other domains, or advance the domain of the textile knowledge, so that our students will be better prepared for the future and will better answer to the needs of the companies, especially considering that the textile sector is challenged in Europe. There are a lot of problems with the markets, with the workforce. So good students, well-prepared students are very important in this current landscape. Thank you very much for your attention. I will stop my presentation now, and if there are any questions, I am at your disposal.
Thank you so much, Luminita.
Yeah, I don't know if we don't have any question in the chat, but I don't know if someone has any question regarding the two presentations that we had today. So it doesn't look like.
I will upload the address of the Hacktex site. So if you want to check it, please.
Mm-hmm.
We have some information about 3 solutions that it's true that they do really nice integration with textiles and electronics. And I would like to remind you that we have a hub that it's, that we are having a monthly webinar. This is why these open webinars are linked to it. That basically is a community of innovators in smart textiles and high performance fibers. And we do different types of activities. One of them is the webinars. We go more on deep into technical textiles and the latest developments, the latest applications, and of course we touch a lot the challenges as well. And on the other side, we do a lot of meetups and events in order that people can interact together and you can build consortiums, projects, ideas, and of course, business opportunities. And I know, Stelian, because we had done a podcast as well, because for commuters, we work as well into podcasts and newsletters, all related to the information. So if you want more information about it, feel free to send me an email and I'll send you all the information about how to join the community. In the meantime, I don't think there are any questions. Not really. So really good presentation, Luminita. It's what I'm seeing here in the chat.
Thank you very much.
But I mean, I guess we can share your contact in case someone has further questions. We can do that.
My pleasure. If it is anything in terms of cooperation, of knowledge and whatever it is needed, with pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And as well, that's true. I mean, we had a speed dating session between companies specializing in textiles and students. And I think we have to start promoting a bit more the e-textiles because the students that were really into fashion and just a few of them were really interested into getting into the world of smart textiles in general. And I think it's because knowledge is quite low, especially in academia. Maybe they have one subject related to it or something like that. So maybe we have to find ways to promote those e-textiles into students in order to merge them because they are really nice openings in the world of high performance and e-textiles. They're really, really, really good opportunities for students to join into those markets.
I see someone stated that the Hacktex site is not available.
It is available,
right
but
now.
have you tried it with EU? It's .eu. Many people put there .com.
No, it's .eu and it's correct. It's currently not available. It's a 404 error.
Okay, let's try it.
We should check that.
For me, it's available. That's why.
Okay.
Let me show you. For me, it's available. I will not put it on the screen, but it's available for me. I will look into it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, perfect. As I said before, I don't know who put the eFly. I don't know if it's still connected because it was not allowed, and that can cause a problem of confidentiality because it normally shares all the email addresses of everyone. So this is why we don't allow to those tools to participate in the meetings. I don't know. No, it's not connected. I guess it's the one I just disconnected at the beginning. But I mean, it's really important that when we say do not connect the tools, because there is a big reason behind. If you want the transcripts of the webinars, we are really happy to attach those transcripts right after the webinar. That's not the problem. The problem is more related to GDPR. I wanted to say that because I just saw now in the chat a small briefing of the AI fly, and that's the main reason. Okay, so I think we are arriving to the end of the webinar. If there are no more questions, yes, and available. I'm gonna try it myself, and if I find a way, then I go to Hacktex. I'm gonna check it.
I can go directly. I see it. I don't know why, but I'll see it. I do a share. Let me. Can you see it now?
Yes, indeed. It's like error. No, we cannot see it, but it gives an error 4503, something like that.
Okay, you see it now? It's on the screen.
Yes,
now.
Yeah.
So that's where we have the access. We have the MOOC.
Mm-hmm.
And then at each lesson, for example, I don't know, technologies for 2D and 3D smart textiles, you can see the movie, the video material, you can see the reading, which is basically it's the presentation, and then you can see the manual, the reading, the part of that explains in more details than with here it's not well done, but here are the tips, are the references, further references for the I don't know. So a lot of graphic parts. You cannot put everything in a material. You have to synthesize, which is very difficult to do, to create a very smart abstract of knowledge. We have weaving woven fabrics. We have different simulations for 3D. We have knitted fabrics. So different types of knitted fabrics, what can be done. And furthermore, we wanted to focus on what can be used, especially for smart textiles, because not all structures can be used, but and this is one, I think the most important part is the fact that if you want to produce a wearable, for example, an electronic textile, you need to understand very well the structure of the fabric. If you want to embed conductive yarns, I don't know, things like this, you need to understand what technology to choose, what structure to do, so that your product is optimum in terms of durability, performance, utility, and so on. So I will stop the presentation if it is the case, and more or less this is, if we have the problem, I think I will transfer everything to our site and make them available again.
Yeah, okay. Probably that's the issue, because I think it's not available, the website. So probably because you are one of the owners, you can see it. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
And thank you very much for the invitation one more time.
You're welcome. Thank you for your participation. So thank you all for being here today with us. We are running a couple of minutes late, but I hope to see you all on April again, that it will be the last webinar. And well, if you have any questions regarding the two projects that has been presented, or about the SmartINNO, any of the activities that we are organizing and that they will take place, feel free to let us know, and we'll send you further information. And stay tuned in all socials, because we're going to post soon the date of the next webinar, the third one, that is going to be again an open webinar. So I don't know, Katja, if you want to say something else.
Thank you, Judith. Yeah, I think you said it all. Again, thank you, Luminita, for participating, and Judith for moderating, and of course to all of you who are still here for taking the part in this second online webinar. And I really hope that we see you in the third one. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a very nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.